Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. When we go for Guru shopping, we imagine that we are able to evaluate a Guru. See, like we go for purchasing, let us say, something, cloth. So we go there and see the texture, the color, the quality, the cost, and then decide. With the same attitude, we go for Guru shopping and then try to evaluate whether the Guru is wise or otherwise. See? And then our evaluation starts with firing questions at the Guru. One person, he asked me, in Bombay it happened, elderly man, must be about 80 not out, and very strong built, healthy. He was a jailer, you can imagine. So when I went to their house for the first time, his son was not well. So I just went to see him, the son. Naturally, he was the hero for my visit. So I was talking only to his son. And his son is also not baby, he is also about 58, 59. When he is 80, son cannot be 5, 6 years. Unless he is remarried for 10th time. So when I was talking to him, naturally the old man, I didn't pay much attention. And he felt very insulted. And sitting, straight. So when I was going, excuse me, Swami, I have some question for you. I have asked this question to many Mahatmas, but nobody could satisfy me. Now you please tell me. So he asked me a question. I said, you have dialed the wrong number. I know nothing. People call me Mahatma because they are fools. You are the only wise who has recognized me, what I am. See, friends, we imagine that the depth of wisdom is directly proportionate to the length of the beard. It has nothing to do. When Swami Vivekananda was called by his Guru, Bhagwan Ramakrishna Paramahams, hey, that boy has not come for last so many days. Give him a call him wherever he is. So a message was sent. And when that Narendra came, he told to his Guru, Thakur, you are getting attached to me. Don't get attached. Attachment is bad. See? So, that time the Guru says, my dear Narendra, you accepted me as your Guru on the strength of suspicion, doubt and a chance. Maybe he is a great master. But I accepted you as my disciple, not out of suspicion, doubt, but I know what you are. See the difference? We approach the teachers with suspicion and doubt, but the teachers look at us from a different angle. See, friends. And therefore, if we really want to learn and grow wise, never try to evaluate anybody in this world. Questions are asked for following reasons. Number 1, to examine. One school, the teacher asked a question to the student. What is the capital of Australia? Question. The student wrote, Come on, sir, you know it very well. Will he get the marks for that? So the student was examined. See? Second type question is asked as an objection. How come you are miserable? That means you are not expected to be miserable because you make others miserable. See? So this is an objection raised. And the third type, the question is asked out of jignasa inquiry. See? And when the question is asked out of jignasa or inquiry, then the tone is different. The submission is complete. And this is what Bhagavan Sri Krishna starts talking to Arjuna after the 7th verse of 2nd chapter. In the 7th verse, Arjuna very clearly says, Karpanya dosho pahata svabhavaha pruchhami tvam dharma sammudha chetaha. See, I am absolutely confused. And because of this confusion, I want to get rid of it. So I am asking you with all humility and sincerity. And what is humility and sincerity? Shishyasteham shadhimam tvam prapannam. The word is shadhi, not shadi. Shishyasteham shadhimam. You know, South Indians, when they write the spellings, the is written as the. See? Like mata, matha. Matha becomes matha. See? Similarly, Lord Vishnu, Om Gadadharaya Namaha, Om Gadadharaya. Vishnu Bhagavan will say, don't give a gada in my hand. See? So Arjuna says, Shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. Kindly instruct me. See, friends. Therefore, whenever anybody talks to me, I immediately put these two conditions. No discussion, no argument. Discussions and arguments can never solve any problem. We have to have one altar in life, whatever that altar may be, any altar. Before that altar, we don't argue, we don't ask questions, we submit 100%. And when we achieve this, then we will discover freedom from our own intellect. See, one child asked me this question, Swamiji, how God punishes us? So I told him, God punishes us in a very methodical manner. Our cranium is like a container, a katori, and our brain is like the dahi vada. And on that dahi vada, like we sprinkle black and red pepper and salt, in the same manner he sprinkles intellect, he closes it and pushes in this world. Thereafter, that person is intelligently miserable throughout life. See, friends, the biggest obstacle that we have in life is this faculty called as intelligence. See, and what is logic? Logic is that which never stands the test of time. During childhood, we had a logic. Today, that logic is deleted. New logic has come. See? Therefore, friends, we have to discover something or someone or some principle in our life. Then alone we can transcend the intellectual slavery. Intelligence applied intelligently is called as spiritual practice. Intelligence applied in a wrong way, converting us into an intellectual is the wrong way, it is a samsara. Intelligent people are those who are never miserable. Intellectuals are those who are intelligently miserable. See, friends. Therefore, to discover this reality of life, we have to have some altar, someone before whom we surrender totally. Now what is the, see, I wanted to, go and I wanted to have some good guru, but I am not getting any guru. What should I do? Go for shopping. I will tell you one simple technique. This technique I learnt and heard from a great master from Vrindavan. He told, if you have any doubt, any question, this way or that way, that time you take bath nicely, early morning get up, sit before the Lord, whatever is your Lord, and chant this mantra which I told of Arjuna's words, Karpanya doshopahata svabhavaha. Chant it 3 times, 5 times, 7 times, 9 times, 11 times, whatever time is at your disposal. Chant it sincerely. And then put your question before the Lord. Whatever reply comes, that is the ultimate answer to your problem. Don't change it afterwards. No, but actually, it's okay for you to say, but it is very difficult. Gone. See, friends. Therefore, when we go to any teacher, any master, and we start talking logically, that sankalpa is broken. Mahatmas, masters don't talk from the lips. When they talk to somebody, they are living in Pashyanti Vani. See, the language with which I am talking to you is called as Vaikhari Vani. In Vaikhari Vani, the object and the name are separate. Remote control is the name, and what is in my hand is the object. So this experience is called as Vaikhari Vani. Second is Madhyama Vani. In Madhyama Vani, the object and the word indicating the object, both of them are only at the thought level. Like we sit, nothing to do, it is raining. What a nice thing it will be if I get garam garam pakoda. So that garam garam pakoda word is a thought and the object is a thought. Nothing has happened, but we are daydreaming. That is the Madhyama Vani. Subtler than that is the Pashyanti Vani. In Pashyanti Vani, the object and the thought indicating the object, they are not yet separated. All the great masters live in the Pashyanti Vani. Therefore, when they say something, that happens. It is something like when I pull one leg of this tripod, other two will automatically come because they are united. They are not separate from each other. In the same manner, the great masters live in this Pashyanti Vani. So when they say something, that sankalpa has to happen. But we being argumentative, but sankalpa gone. See, friends, it is easier to live with the past masters. Easy. To live with a living master is very difficult. See, friends. And therefore, instead of running here and there, discover this. To reach this Pashyanti Vani, this technique which I told you. Sit before the Lord, cool, and chant this shloka 3, 4, 5 times. You will be in the shoes of Arjuna. And when you are in the shoes of Arjuna, Bhagavan Krishna will come in front of you. And then place your problem, your question. You will get the answer. But then don't argue. And when Arjuna started arguing, what Bhagavan Krishna did? Yathechasi tatha kuru, jo marji hai karo. See, friends, this process is called as discovery of Guru. And if we can learn this from anything or anybody, we have discovered the Sadguru. Sadguru cannot be many. Sadguru cannot be finite. Sadguru is never born. Sadguru never dies, because Sat means that which is ever present. See, friends, one example I will give you. I was in charge of one school, and in that school there was one teacher. She came one day and she said, Swamiji, I am listening to your Gita classes, and I have come with a request. What is the request? I said, you will not get option not to attend the class. Anything else? No, not that way. I want to adopt you as my guru. See, I said, I require a separate adopter. No, my problem is when I was a small girl, about 7-8 years, in our village, one Mahatma came and she told the name also, Devraha Baba, who was a great Hatha Yogi and lived for more than 700-800 years. And he was avadut, naked. So once he came in our village and he was never staying on the ground. They used to construct some kind of a platform on the wooden bamboos, and there he will sit. So he was sitting, and we, the whole villagers, one by one, he will give the mantra in the ear of that person, and that mantra diksha is over. She said, I was a small child, and that Mahatma was having jata, not properly kept hair, jata, and moustaches, and being, so old, very weird face. As a child, when my number came, I was only thinking, my God, this fellow will bring his mouth near my ear, I will get tickling and all that. By the time I was thinking, I came and he pulled me and went. And I don't know what he said. But then he has given me mantra. And I am supposed to follow him as my guru. Now I am totally lost. But I am getting benefit from you, therefore I want to adopt you as my guru and delete him. See, friends. So I told Mama, I appreciate your sentiments, but remember one thing. From every mouth in this whole universe, our Guru alone speaks. Because Gurus are not many. Guru is one. Guru Reva Param Brahma. So there are many Brahmas? There is one. Therefore the same reality speaks from every mouth, provided we are ready to learn. See, friends, this was the best message Bhagavan Dattatreya gave to the King Yadu. And therefore, when his state of unsullied, blissful existence was recognized by this king, he was surprised. How come you are so much at peace? Who is your Guru? See, immediately we ask, who is your Guru? Like, people ask us, anywhere we go, Swamiji, I have decided that now my work is over, I am retired, I want to come with you and stay in your ashram. I said, to protect myself from wise people like you, I have no ashram. Because, no, but I will come and stay in your ashram. Means what? No, anytime we can come, we can get guidance. Meaning, I should be their watchman. See? So, the moment we talk about Swami, ashram, mutt, disciple, projects, immediately by default it comes. See, friends. Therefore, this Yadu king asked, how come you are so much at peace? Who is your Guru? And therefore, Dattatreya Bhagavan said, why Guru? Singular, plural. 2 dozen. A poor person has only one langoti and one baniyan. Only garib hai, poor. A rich person has got whole wardrobe full of clothes. In the same manner, every person, everything, every event, every experience of our life is our Guru. And to make this point, he gives the example of 24 Gurus. And we have come up to a particular point wherein we have seen yesterday, Ashami paramam dukkham, nairashyam paramam sukham, yatha sajchinna kantasham, sukham sushvapa pingala. We have seen the story of this prostitute Pingala. Even from her, this great master has learned. See, friends, when we learn, please again I repeat it, when we learn, that moment of learning from our experience, the Guru has manifested in our heart. Don't go and search anywhere. The moment you will search Guru in a person, you will start looking at the Guru as a person. And no person in this world is perfect. Therefore, after having learned that expectation is supreme misery and non-expectation is supreme bliss. She had expectation that some customer will come, give me a lot of money. Nobody came. She got frustrated and gave up and then focused her attention on her own self, the Lord seated in the heart, and that was it. See, friends, after having told this 17th Guru, now the 18th one, the teacher says, Parigraho hi dukkhaya yat yat priyatamam nrunam anantam sugamapnoti tadvidvan yasvakinchana samisham kukaram jagnuhu balino ye niramishaha tadamisham parityajya sasukham samavindata. In the story, there was a small bird, birdie, and that bird had some kind of piece of meat in its beak or mouth. And he was flying somewhere to his own destination, and there were very strong birds all around. They had no piece of meat with them, so all of them attacked on him. Now he had an option, fight with those birds or give up that what he was holding. See, when we live in this world, we all have options. Kathoparishad says, every experience gives us two options. One option is, we will do something what we like. Second option is, we will do something what is right. This option is ours. Shreyascha preyav. Shreya, what is good for us. Preya, what we like. Getting up early in the morning is good for us. Getting up early in the morning we don't like. See? So what do we choose? See, there was, I don't know if I told you the story of the dog. Did I tell? Long time back. By God's grace, you all must have forgotten. I survive only on God's grace. See? There was one dog, he was going from town 1 to town 2. And the distance was about 100 miles. So he calculated, I'll go from here to there, 8 miles, I'll take a break. Then I'll halt for the night, take rest. Next day, I'll take another 12 miles. Then that village comes, I'll take a break. And in this manner, in about 10 days, I will cross 100 miles and reach there. He planned beautifully. And then started his journey. Started from his place, reached the destination number 1. When we reach there, you may want to go and take rest. What about the local dogs? They have got their project. Any external dog comes, they all started bouncing on him. Wow, 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 wow. Now he had a choice. Fight with them or put the antenna down and run. He being an intelligent dog, he put down his antenna and ran. And in that, he reached the second destination. At least I can take rest here. But there also the local dogs are there. Again they bounced on me. Again he repeated. And that distance, what he wanted to reach in 10 days, he reached in 3 days. See, friends, we have to decide what is the goal of our life. Improving others, you will remain wherever you are. See, one thing I don't know why these parents don't understand. We are simultaneously parents and children. We are not miserable because of our parents. We are not happy because of our children. What is the reason? Reason is we accept our parents as they are because there is no choice. Do we any time expect, I wish my mother was like Marilyn Monroe? We don't expect. जैसी है वैसी है. But when it comes to our children, we expect my son should be like this, and he is not like this, and we become frustrated and we want to mold him, change him. See, we never change because of our parents. The same genes has gone in him. See, one Gujarati in San Jose, California. I went to their house as my profession demands. Lunchtime, around 12:30 or so, I said, hey, where is your son? Oh, Swamiji, he is in his room and is sleeping, if you can wake him up. That day I understood there is nothing like free lunch in America. So I went to his room and he was sleeping on a mega royal bed diagonally in a Bhujangasana. 12:30 daytime. So I thought he is not well. So I came back, I said, hey, your son is not well, he is sleeping. Swamiji, what? No, he is like that. I am fed up. I knew what is coming. See? I immediately changed the topic. One message for all of you. Learn to change the topic. You don't have to answer. Immediately change the topic. Suppose somebody asks you something. Are you married? Hey, what happened? What is that? And then he forgets what he has asked. Because that question was not an inquiry, it was a default. That's it. So I immediately changed the question, the topic. I said, "Khane ko kya banaya? What did you cook for me?" Because there is no point in talking about his son. What can I do? It is your, problem. You solve it. So I said, "Come on, you also sit for taking food." No, you take. I said, "Okay, I come only for that." But he was committed. Again he started. But I was getting my food, so I was not worried. He may talk, I may not listen, who knows? Like you listen to my Vedanta, I listen to people. Parasparam bhavayanta. And then he says, Swamiji, back home, I come from Bombay. When during our childhood, when my father used to come in my room, I used to run to the other room out of respect and fear for my father. Now, my son comes in my room. Out of fear, I run to other room. You tell me, What is my life? I said, you yourself told, you are born to run. First, run because of the father. Now run because of the son. Be on the run. See, friends, never try to change anybody. Never hold on to anything or anybody in this world. That bird understood this technique. Because she was holding on to something, other birds were not attacking her as an enemy, but they wanted to take that which was possessed by that small bird. See? So the real misery is parigraho hi dukkhaya. Anything you hold on in this world will become a source of misery. Anything you take. Even your gods you hold, they will trouble you. See, friends, when Upanishad says, Tyage naike amritatva manashu. See how the gods trouble. One person asked me, Swamiji, I have done so much of God. Now, what do you mean by this statement? I have done so much of God. What you have done of God? Chutney? Although I have done so much of God, why my children don't listen to me? I said, either you ask God or the children, why do you take my time? See, friends, we have this notion that we are doing good to our children. Let them grow their own way. As you never listen to your parents, they will never listen to you. See? One girl must before marriage, about 20, 21, always in a fighting mode with the mother. And the mother is trying to tell, but she doesn't listen, shouting, fighting and all that. Finally, mother took out the trump card. You will never understand what I tell you now. When you will have your own children, then you will understand. That is the trump card. Time passed, got married, she had her children. And now this daughter came to her mother. Mummy, see, my daughter doesn't listen to me. I was there. Swamiji, no, please tell, I don't know what to tell. I said, look here, dear, do you know why your mother got you married? Only to take revenge. As a daughter, you tortured your mother. Like, when our lips are beaten by our own teeth, whom will you complain? In the same manner, your own children, they are torturing you. Therefore, okay, beta, wait, we will get married to you. And once you get married, you will produce children. Then to those grandchildren we will spoil. And spoiled grandchildren never listen to their own parents. And when these parents are suffering, then the grandparents, ab kaisa hai? Don't hold on to anything or anybody in this world. Parigraha hi dukkhaya. See, friends. Therefore, I received one day, one very beautiful PowerPoint, Principle of Emptiness. And in that, the theme is like this. If you go and see in your own houses, there are 90% things which you have not touched for last 90 years. Yet when you have to throw them out, no, kabhi kaam aayega. Old lungi throw it away. No, it may be used as a curtain. How many things we keep on collecting. And this habit of collecting the things in the outer world It goes deep inside. And then we do not want to delete our memories. As we collect gross objects in the outer world, so we collect memories in our mind. See? And then we say, oh, the house is small, I think I should do one extension room. For what? For keeping the garbage. Learn this principle. Parigraha hi dukkhaya. Anything you hold on to this world will become a source of misery. Anything. See, friends. And therefore, when we unhold everything, don't hold on to anything in this world, as in deep sleep. In deep sleep, we give up everything. Even our identity as so and so. Our property, our identity, our religion, our gods, our wife, our everything is given up. Net result, we are happy. If we learn from our own experience of deep sleep, what is that which makes us so happy in the deep sleep? Because no parigraha, no accumulation of anything. And if you hold on to even one single thought, you cannot sleep. You all must have gone through that experience. Suppose your flight is at 7 o'clock in the morning. You are supposed to reach the airport at 4 o'clock. And you have to drive for 1 hour. So you have to start at 3 o'clock. Therefore, you want to get up at 2:30 at least, finish your bath, change clothes, become fresh, and then go. Therefore, you want to sleep early at 8 o'clock after taking dinner. And then you do take dinner and sleep so that you can wake up at 2:30. From 8 o'clock to 2:30, you wake up 239 times. After every 2 minutes. One thought. You have to catch the morning flight. This one thought makes your night miserable. We have Himalayan size of thoughts. Our whole life is miserable. Parigraho hi dukkhaya yad yad priyatamam nrunam. Whatever we love, that love becomes the source of misery. See, friends. Because our love is not love in fact. It is asakti. You know, asakti means attachment. Asakti is that which jasakti. Tikti nahi. See, friends. One lady, she asked me this question. Swamiji, you wake up in the morning 4 o'clock, I give you coffee. Yes, I know that. Should I say thank you 10 times? No, I have got a question. My son is studying for 12th standard. To him also, I give a cup of coffee in the morning, 4 o'clock. I love him also, I love you also. What is the difference between these two loves? I said, if your son does not clear the examination, you will become miserable. You will not become miserable if anything happens to me. Because wherever love leads to misery, it is not love. See, Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. Love cannot lead to misery at all. See, friends, we have this wrong notion that I love my son, forget about it. You must have seen Hindi cinema. When the son and the father fights, there is a staircase there, I don't know, but the staircase has to be there. And then the father becomes very angry with the son and tells, you are not my son, I am not your father, get out of my house, and then walks the step. And then there is a tension music. Dan. So long you listen to me, you are my son. If you don't listen to me, you are none to me. Is this love? This is asakti, is attachment. Therefore, parigraho hi dukkhaya yat yat priyatamam nrunam anantam sukham apnoti tad vidwan yastu akinchanaha. give up your ownership on everyone in this world. Don't own anything. See? And for that, little bit of contemplation is required. What is in this world which is really ours? Tell me. Start from your own body. If you are a Gujarati, start from your gross body. Gujaratis don't have gross body, this is gross body. Whole mass snake che. Do you know that? There was a board, a Gujarati function, and they have to mention the snacks are in the hall. Whole mass snake che. Snake with snacks. Hall has become whole. Satsanga whole. Gujaratis don't have gross body, they have gross body. You hold on to this gross body as mine, but is it ours? Neither we have created our body, nor the body listens to us, and yet we claim this body is me. From this basic error, all the problems of life are born. See, friends. Therefore, anantam sukham apnoti tad vidvan yahatu akinchanaha. Never be possessive and relational with anybody in this world. Never. Then alone you can be at peace with yourself. See, friends. Otherwise, anything can make you miserable. See, I had a friend, he had a Chinese wife. And it so happened that she was a very good wife and all. They say Chinese wives are better than any wives. They say. I don't know. And it so happened that within 2 years, for whatever reason, she died. So when she died, my friend was very, very miserable. And I, being a Swami, I had to tell him, come on, yeah, now it's enough, it's okay, it happens, but what can you do now? You can't revive her. Now take cooling, get out of this misery. But why did she die, Swami? I said, look here, Chinese stuff doesn't last long, okay? You have to come out of your misery. Instead of justifying how I am miserable is right, get out of it. Akinchanaha. Nothing ever belongs to us in this world. Nothing. When our body is not ours, how do we expect our children will be ours? See, friends. Live with that freedom. Zero ownership. We are all the trustees. And with that trust you live, you will be naturally happy. You will not be happy because. If you are happy because of your wife, what is your contribution? If you are happy in spite of your wife, then you are a genius. See, friends. Therefore, akinchanaha tu anantam sukhamapnoti. Samisham kukaram jagnuhu balino ye niramishaha. So those strong birds who did not have the meat, they attacked him. Tadamisham parityajya. That very moment he gave up that piece of meat and saha sukham samavindata. That very moment he was happy. See? So those who are bent upon learning from every experience of life, they are all the time tuned with the station, Guru station. You will get the continuous series of messages. Now, thereafter, the next Guru that I had, the teacher says, Name manava manavstaha न चिंता गेह पुत्रिणाम आत्मक्रीड आत्मरति विचरामि इह बालवत द्वौ एव चिंतया मुक्तौ परमानंद आप्लुतौ यो विमुग्धो जडो बालो यो गुणेभ्यः परम गतः. He says, I learned this thing from a child. What is the child? Na mana apamanau saha. A child does not suffer from insults and honors. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6. God realization is defined by Bhagavan Sri Krishna. What is God realization? We are all struggling. Swamiji, when will I see God? I said, who is standing before you? Swamiji always joke. I said, this time I am serious. See, what will you do by seeing God? You know, when we say, when will I see God? We have a notion that God is an object that we can see. You know, one boy in Calcutta asked me this question. Swamiji, have you seen God? So I told him, why should I tell you? No, the same question was asked by Vivekananda to Ramakrishna Paramahansa, therefore I am asking you. I said, you may be Vivekananda, I am not. Kahan Raja Bhoj, kahan Ganguwa Teli. See, friends. Therefore, here the first thing to know if we are walking spiritual path or not, there's two things Bhagavan Krishna tells. Shita Ushna Sukha Dukkheshu Jitatmanaha. And second thing, Manapamanayoho Prashantasya. Paramatma Samahita. He is merged in the absolute, or in other words, through him, the God is manifesting. See, when the dog manifests through us, we are the CH Atma. You know CH Atma, oldies will know. Ab soja Rajakumari. CH Atma, Chota Atma. And when the Lord expresses through us, we are the Mahatma. Only this difference. It is not what is the instrument, but what is expressing. See? Paramatma Samahitaha. Now which are these two conditions? Shita Ushna Sukha Dukkheshu Jitatmana. Our expectation is like what? There should be only happiness. There should be only health. There should be only gain. There should be only cold. It can never happen. See, our imagination is, I want a cloth in which all the threads are going only in one direction. I don't like crisscross threads going, creating a cloth. I want a cloth which has all the threads going only in one direction. Then take a rope and hang yourself. If it is a cloth, it will have the crisscross threads. In the same manner, world can never have only goodness, cannot be. See, when I call somebody, you are tall, I have already created a short. When I call somebody, you are beautiful, I have already created an awful. When I call somebody as rich, I have already created a poor. When I say it is comfortable, I have already created an uncomfortable zone. Friends, nothing in this world exists only one-sided. If this is the texture of this world, to expect there should be only one-sidedness, can there be any more height of foolishness than this? See, friends, understanding this, the teacher says, Shita Ushna Sukha Dukkha. If there is joy, there is misery. There cannot be only happiness in life. See? So when these pairs of complements, I don't like to use the words pairs of opposite. Normally, Dvandva is translated in English pairs of opposite. Like misery is joy, gain, loss. Pairs of opposite. They are not pairs of opposite. They are complementing each other. If there is no disease, health will have no value. If there is no death, life will have no value. If there is no poverty, riches will have no value. If there is no misery, happiness will have no value. So they don't oppose each other. In fact, they complement each other. So when this vision changes, Shita Ushna Sukhadukkeshu Jitatmanaha, when we go through these kinds of experiences, the mind remains Jitatmanaha, at peace. See, then only God is expressing through us. Nothing in this world is worth losing our peace of mind. If you put the whole world on one side of the scale, on other side you put your peace of mind. Your peace of mind is more valuable. See, those who become miserable and disturbed because of anybody and anything, they are the fools of the highest order. Never become miserable because of anything or anybody. See, friends, this is the foundation of spiritual life. See, so Shita Ushna Sukhadukkeshu Jitatmanaha. Second thing, Manapamanayoho Prashantasya. When somebody respects us, we start floating. And then that bubble gets punctured. See, those who will respect us today, tomorrow they will disrespect us. Those who disrespect us today, they will respect us tomorrow. This is the way the world is. Nothing is steady in this world. These two things I learned from the child. The teacher says, Na me manav manavstaha. I don't get affected when somebody tells good or bad. It is their standpoint. If we are good because others tell, then it is not goodness. We know what we are. This I learned from one great Mahatma. We went to invite him for some function and told, Sir, tomorrow we will come at this time and take you to the place of inauguration. He said, my dear, you don't have to come. I will manage and come on my own. And then he said, when you come to receive me, I don't become big. And if you don't come to receive me, I don't become small. What I am, I know. How beautiful it is. For us, small little things becomes a prestige issue. But why my son should talk to me like this? Make a prestige issue. See? If we are elders, elders should have understanding or youngsters should have understanding. See, friends, but there the prestige issue comes. But I am the Bap. Then suffer. See, one child asked me this question. Swamiji, do you know something in films? I said, yes, something I know. Okay, tell me. I take your general knowledge test. What is that? What is the name of the father of Satyajit Ray? I said, yeah, I don't know all this. You don't know this? The father of Satyajit Ray is Bapre. I said, yeah, you are terrible. Okay, second question. What is the name of the grandfather of Satyajit Ray? I said, you remove that fellow. I don't know. He said, you don't know? Bapre Bap. If we are elders, we should have the wisdom to understand the youngsters. See, they are going through a lot of physiological changes. They are unable to understand what is happening inside. See, both men and women go through terrible times in their life 2 times. When they are getting mature, puberty is breaking and becoming mature. That time both the boys and the girls, they go through a terrible trauma which they don't understand. They can't talk to anybody. And second time, when the same people reach the age of 45 onwards, up to 52, 53, ladies are crazy. Most of the divorces happen during that time because their whole hormonal balance becomes upset. And same thing is true with reference to the men. Men become 16 years of age when they are reaching 60. If these 2 times we can control ourselves, understand ourselves, then alone these problems, insult, honor, etc. will disappear from mind. So, manav manav nastaha chinta geha na putrinam. Nor I have any worries about house and children and all that. Worries are the most unproductive activity of human mind. Worries are sterile. They don't deliver solutions. Worries are an attempt to solve the non-existing problems. And we spend our time in that. And after some time, we become so habitual and we cannot give it up. See? One old family, Punjabi family, Bangalore it happened. So, the children, grown-up children, one was a retired brigadier, other was a retired big businessman, and they had grandchildren. Their mother, 98 not out. So all the children told me, Swamiji, please tell our mother, she is unnecessarily worrying about my grandchildren. No, I am there to take care. Why should she worry? But she keeps on worrying all the time. So I said, Mama, complain against you. Why you worry? She became angry with me. This is the only thing I can do. And if I don't do this, then what will I do? This worrying becomes a habit after some time. See? Therefore, we have to arrest here like a child. A child is not worried. And what is the cause of worry? We hold on to something or somebody. See? I don't know what is going to happen to my son. If you don't know, be relaxed, enjoy. If you know what is going to happen, prepare. See? This kind of wrong thinking only makes our life miserable. Atma kridaha atmarati. Then how do I live in this world? Atma kridaha atmarati. Atmarati, I revel in my own being. See, friends, those who are bored of their own presence, they go in search of a company. See, try this. Simply sit down. Don't have phone, don't have newspaper, don't have TV, don't have iPod, don't have anything. Simply sit for 10 minutes. Then you will understand what is the meaning of spiritual practice. We all run away from ourselves. There is one lady, very nice lady. She used to come in Bombay and help me cleaning my house and all that. And she had some magic in her hand. I am not very well organized as regard my working table is concerned. All the wires and computers and hard disks and soft disks, everything is spread. When she will come, in 5 minutes, she will make everything so spick and span. One day I asked her, I said, Mama, what is the secret in your hand? You make in 5 minutes so perfect everything. She says, Swamiji, I have also one question for you. What is the secret in your hand? In 5 seconds you make the mess again the same thing. So, one day she asked me, Swamiji, I have never asked you, but now I want to ask you. You know my life. See, yes. Am I walking the spiritual path properly or not? I said, you want to discuss, argue or no? She said, I want to know. I said, then no, you are not walking. Reason? You are running away from yourself. You keep yourself so much busy, going here, going there, continuously. You don't have one moment for yourself. Friends, fix an appointment every day, 1 hour with yourself. That time you are nobody. And face the challenge of your own mind. Spend some time. We are afraid of our own mind. And therefore, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Afraid of our own mind. Or what? I like to watch, this Ramayana serial. Why? Running away from ourselves. One mother told me, Swamiji, my son knows the whole Ramayana by heart. Because he sees it so many times. You can ask him any question. So the child was pumped up. Mother also very proud. All mothers are proud of their stupid children. So, then, Swamiji, ask him anything, he can tell you. I said, all right. Then I asked him, I said, hey, you have seen the whole Ramayana? Yes, Swamiji, you ask me anything. I said, okay. When you grow up, you want to become like whom? Because you have seen the whole Ramayana. You know what he did? He spread his hand like this. And he said, ha 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 ha, I want to become like Ravana. That time, it was my chance to look at the mother. You may see Ramayana, but what is inspiring you is not Rama, the Ravana. Don't run away from yourself. Atmarati. Spend time. 5 minutes, increase it to 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Don't expect overnight you will switch off. Nothing will happen. Learn to face. Learn to stand apart. Don't react. Don't suppress. When, suppose imagine, you have got extremely dirty clothes like a person working in a garage. How dirty their clothes are. With those clothes you go to the river and make them wet, apply detergent soap and start washing. What do you expect to come out of that cloth? Milk? Or only dirt? In the same manner, when we sit quiet, whatever is in our mind, that alone will come out. And when the dirt comes out of the cloth when you are washing, are we feeling bad? Are, kachra ja raha hai. No. On the contrary, we are happy that the dust is going away. In the same manner, learn to face. Atmarati. And when you thus are able to be with yourself, be very attentive. When you are at peace with yourself, then only you are at peace with the whole world. A person who is at war with himself, he cannot be at peace with the world. On the contrary, they are very angry if somebody is happy. Once I was going from Howrah to Bombay, summer, June, July, extremely hot. Halfway there was some accident, so our train has to stop. No station, jungle. And 22 compartments, so many passengers. Now nothing can be done. So whosoever had water, they finished the water. There is no water, there is nothing to eat. And heat was so terrible. I was also in one of them, so I was reading some book. Then I got disgusted, I came down, I was walking. After some time, again I went to my berth and lying down and reading. There was one person with his daughter, and he asked me, Babaji, what are you doing? I said, nothing, therefore I am Babaji. Nothing? I said, no. Are you not disturbed because of this? I said, no, I am not disturbed. On the contrary, I am happy. I paid Indian Railways for 22 hours, but I am using 48 hours. So I am happy. When I said like this, he was blasting me. What you have got nothing to do. I have to get my daughter married. It is getting late. And he became so angry as if I had stopped the train. And when he was losing the proportion of his speech, that time the daughter said, Papa, why are you talking to him like this? He is also passenger like us. What can be done? A miserable person becomes more miserable when he sees a happy person. Like you must have seen in your own houses. Bhagavan has created this world for fun. No other purpose. So what he does, he brings opposite characters together as husband and wife. If the wife is happy-go-lucky type, husband is terribly disciplined and frustrated. So she comes to the bed and in no time she starts snoring. And husband doesn't get sleep. So when she sleeps and snores, husband becomes more angry. मुझे नींद नहीं आ रही तो सो रही है. See friends, Atmarati, be at peace with yourself. There is nothing more valuable in this world than your peace of mind. See friends, therefore, like the child, I am Atma Kridaha Atmarati, and Atma Krida, he who is able to entertain himself by himself, he doesn't depend on anybody in this world. We want always a company. You know, in my retreats or camps, I never allow group discussions or anything because it is nothing but nonsense. Nothing like group discussion. In that group discussion, what happens? A person who has got a long tongue, he will be back constantly. And others watch, is he wise? Nothing happens out of it. And then there is a time, solitary walk. And then they say, hey, let's go together for a solitary walk. They don't understand. See friends, Atma Krida Atmarati. If we are at peace with ourselves, we are at peace with the whole world like a child. The child is not frustrated. And therefore, anywhere the child is there, he is able to find out his ways to be happy and to express happiness. Old persons can never be happy. Even God comes in but not. One place I was having a lecture like this in Bombay. It was a society, some housing society. And name of the housing society was Vaikuntha Housing Society. So when I said about 500, 700 people sitting, all age groups, and I started my lecture. My dear Vaikunthavasi. All of them staying in Vaikuntha. And when my talk was going on, one small little child came and was climbing the steps. And then he looked at everybody and he got down slowly. Because he must have learned climbing the steps recently. So he got the opportunity, he was practicing and enjoying. One oldie, 80 not out. He got up. Hey, come here, don't do like that. I said, Papa, please sit down. If you want to climb, there are stairs. If that child is happy, why you are miserable? Atma Kridaha Atmarati. The child is playing with himself. He doesn't require anybody around. But we all the time, we want a company. See friends, if we can understand this basic principle, our real quality is revealed to us when we are all by ourselves. Before the world, what we present ourselves is a hypocritic personality. You are all by yourself. Nobody is watching you. Nobody is there to evaluate you. That time watch. Then we come to know that our teeth which are seen by the world are different. And the teeth which are used for biting the food, they are different. We are double standard. And therefore, we are afraid of being alone. So here the teacher says, I have learned this thing from the child that Atma Krida Atmarati Vicharami Iha Balavat. Like a child, I move and live happily in this world. And the principle he gives, Dvau eva chintaya muktau paramananda aplutau. There are only two types of people who are extremely happily living in this world. Only two types of people. Who are those? First, yo vimugdho jado balaha, an innocent child. He is absolutely happy. He has no worries. One story you must have read. There was one ship going in the sea, and the child was playing, and all other people, because of seasickness, with this, swollen face, like that. And he was worried, why these people are not playing? Such a beautiful ground is there, we can play. But all the oldies, as if they are being taken for a slaughter. And then the high sea started happening. So the boat started, little bit tilting. And when it started, all the elderly people also started rolling here and there. Then he said, oh, they started playing. And he was very happy. Then somebody asked him, hey, are you not afraid? He said, why? We are all playing. Don't you know? If this something happens, the ship will go right into the sea. Really? He ran in the lap of his mother, thumb in, and happily sitting. Then the person, are you not afraid? Why should I be afraid? I am in the lap of my mom. See, do we have that commitment and faith in God? He is taking care of us. See, friends, we don't recognize what all He has given us. And therefore we are worried. We are like a child who has lost his one tooth for the first time. Where the tongue goes, where the tooth is not. So the mother tells, don't bring your tongue all the time there. Next tooth will come like a pig's tooth outside. But he keeps on doing. Where the tooth is not, there our tongue goes. In the same manner, what God has given us, that we never talk. What God has not given us, that we talk. Being ungrateful to the divine will is the only reason we are miserable in this world. The child recognizes this. My mom takes care of me, why worry? To be a devotee of the Lord and to be worried is contradiction in terms. He who has devotion for the Lord can never have frustration from the world. See, friends, therefore, only two persons are free from all worries. One is being like an innocent child, or yo gunebhyaha param gataha, he who has transcended the three gunas of the Prakriti. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 14, Arjuna asked this question. Who is the one who has gone beyond the three gunas of Prakriti? How do we know him, sir? Bhagavan says, Prakasham cha pravrittim cha mohameva cha pandava na dveshti sampravruttani na nivruttani kankshati. When sattva guna, prakasha, pravrutti, rajoguna, moha, tamoguna, when they appear in one's life, na dveshti sampravruttani, he is no more influenced by them and no more wants to get rid of them. Because he is beyond these three gunas. But we are wanting everything to happen according to our choice. It can never happen. Let the world continue its way. We are rooted in the truth. Then alone the happiness can be our Lord. Now the 28th Guru was a girl. Kachit Kumari Tvatmanam Runanam Grahamagatan Swayam Tan Arhayamasa Kvapi Yateshu Bandushu Tesham Abhyah Vyavaharartam Shalin Rasi Parthiva Avagnantya Prakoshtashtha Chakru Shankha Swanam Mahata Sat Juguksitam Matva Mahati Vridita Tataha Babadre Keshak Kaishakaha Shankhan Dvado Panyara Sheshataha. There was a young girl and some guests came to her house. And there was no other person. So she has to entertain the guest. But they were very poor. So she has to go and pound the paddy to separate the rice and then she can cook and give. So the guests were sitting in the outer room and she went inside and then took the paddy and put in the pestle and with the mortar she will start, she put in the mortar and start hitting with the pestle. And when she was doing, she had the bangles in her hand. The moment she bounces, the sound will be made by the bangles. So she broke them, kept only two in this hand, two in this hand. Again she started bouncing. Again the sound was coming because two bangles were hitting each other. She broke again one bangle in both the hands, only one here and one here. And then started bouncing. There was no sound. Bhagavan Dattatreya says, when I went to that house and saw that when she was bouncing, pounding the paddy, that sound of the pounding was coming, but there was no sound of the bangles. What could be the reason? And when she came out, he saw. So he asked her, what happened? Then she says, look here, when I had so many bangles and I was pounding, it was making a noise and I was feeling ashamed that we don't have anything in our house. After somebody has come, we have to prepare the rice. Therefore, I was feeling shy, so I broke all of them. But I kept two, because bangles are necessary for the ladies. Then, these two also were making a noise. So I broke again one. Only one bangle was left. And then she says that I have come to realize that when there are many people, there will be noise. And when even there are two, there will be argument. And when there is only one, there is peace. See? Be attentive. We are inside how many? Poultry farm. If we say that, then what does it mean? I tell you, but why should he say that? But he's still like that. I'm most unfortunate. What scene we see in the poultry farm outside, it is every moment happening inside. And when we keep on talking to ourselves, we call ourselves to be being sentimental. I'm most unfortunate. Why? I am talking to myself but nobody listens. Then I am sentimental. Next stage. When I talk to myself and others also listen, then I am mental. Like centimeter ultimately becomes a meter. Many centimeters is equal to meter. Similarly, many sentimentals ultimately turn into the mental. And when we become mental, we imagine that we are the decision makers for the whole universe. And if you are Indian, gone. See, there are few characteristics of Indians. Every Indian can take decision for anybody. What others should do, we know it better. See? Second thing, every Indian is an advisor to everybody, including God. Every Indian is a born doctor. Sometimes if I got throat problem, this Amma says, Swamiji, don't worry. I have boiled the milk with the turmeric in that, and when you drink it, there will be no throat and no problem. Every Indian is philosopher. ये होते ही रहता है. See, चलता है. Therefore, friends, come back to this basic principle. If we are in a crowd, we cannot be at peace. Even if there are two, there will be argument. Learn to remain alone without feeling loneliness. Remaining alone without feeling loneliness is being Jivan Mukta, liberated while you are alive. Otherwise, we want all the time company. What for? What for? I got bored. Bored of what? Bored of myself. You can imagine if a person is bored of himself, how solid war he must be. If I get bored of somebody else, we can understand that. But I am getting bored of myself. Then, jaun to jaun, kahan, where to go? Then we go to the next house. Why did you come? Oh, I am getting bored. Then I want to spread. Learn to remain alone without becoming lonely in life. Then you will discover that your beloved Lord is always with you. Give him a chance. He has never forsaken us. 24/7, he is with us. We have faith in the LIC, insurance. You know, in Indian LIC, they have got Yoga Kshemam Vahamyam. When LIC says, we will take care of you, we believe. But when Bhagavan Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita the same words, Yoga Kshemam Vahamyam, we doubt him. Give him a chance. This way, when we learn from every experience of our life, like Bhagavan Dattatreya has discovered Guru in every person, in every event, in everything in this world, we also can discover this Guru Tattva in our heart. Don't go in search of Guru shopping. He who has to do anything in this world, he will never guide us. He will use us. Because for him, his project is important, not our evolution. He who has nothing to do in this world, he alone can guide us. See, friends, therefore, our own self has nothing to do in this world. He alone can guide us. What is right for us, that can be discovered by us from within. Don't go and ask outside. Swamiji, how to control mind? Why should you control my mind? No, not that way. How to control my mind? You should know. It is your mind, is it not? How can I control your mind? No, but then how to control mind? You try your own way. Don't become dependent. Learn from a child. Has any child ever asked his mother, Mummy, when you are small, how did you learn walking? The child discovers his own techniques. Sometimes he starts swimming on the floor. Sometimes he starts, like a reptile. Sometimes he sits. Then he learns to hold to some wall. Then he can stand up and walk. Then he holds the curtain and he stands and walks. Oh, he has discovered new technique. And one day he goes near the dining table. Everything is kept on the dining table and the tablecloth is hanging. He starts his practice of meditation. He gets up. He stands up and everything is down on the floor. And everything is broken. He is happy. I could stand. But the mother doesn't stand. Why did you break it? Like a child learns his own ways. Learn your own way, how to deal with your mind. Don't go and ask every time, क्या करूं? चुल्लू में पानी मर जाओ. ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरि ओम.